So in this murky global environment, what can employees expect for their salaries this year? Well, recruitment consultancy Robert Walters is out with its global salary survey for 2016, and here to tell us more about this is Toby Fowlston, Managing Director at Robert Walters Southeast Asia. He joins us live here in the studio. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Pauline.
So let's break this down by region when we talk about salaries and what people can expect if they're applying for a job. When you talk about China, we're seeing this slowdown. So are you seeing companies deciding to do more with less? And if they are hiring, where are they hiring?
So, yeah, I mean, there are certain areas in China that have slowed down. I think manufacturing is obviously well documented. We're seeing a lot of that manufacturing work actually moving down to the likes of Vietnam and Thailand, and actually also to places like Laos and Cambodia as well. So that's presenting opportunities there. I think within China, digitization is one of the key focus areas, and we're seeing a big demand for professionals who are able to deal with big data, mobile applications, and obviously that connectivity with the consumers as well. I think the other thing is that what we're noticing with our clients is they are a little bit more cautious around the people they're hiring. They're looking for bilingual speakers. They're looking for bilingual speakers also with regional experience, because obviously expansion outside of China as well, so that's really important for them.
And it says in your survey, it says 57% of the candidates turned down a job because of a poor interview experience. What exactly does that mean? Well,
the whole engagement of candidates throughout the process is really important. You know, we're living in a market regionally, generally speaking, which is very candidate driven. You know, the candidate has the bargaining power, and it's incredibly important that the client really takes them on that journey in terms of actually hiring them and talking about brand proposition, talking about where their business is actually moving, so that the candidates see an opportunity there.
Okay, so they might not be convinced and then they walk away.
Absolutely, okay. Yeah, and they have the choice.
You talked about bilingual abilities being a huge asset. That's also very big and very important when you're looking for a job in Japan.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, is that the key there in Japan?
It's the key, yeah. I mean, Japan is... our business in Japan is performing very well. There's a lot of opportunity there. Speaking to our managing director of our Japan business, what he tells me is that really they need bilingual speakers. Japanese, English speakers are hard to come by, but if you have bilingual professionals, they're heavily in demand, particularly in areas like sales, pharmaceutical, obviously the banking industry as well.
Okay, so the bilingual candidate would have a lot of leverage, theoretically, to drive up their salary.
Yes.
Singapore here, we're going through some interesting times where the banking sector has been downsizing in certain areas. Also, Singapore's government is reducing the number of foreign workers as well. So what kind of pressures does that put on the work situation here?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're referring to the Fair Consideration Framework, obviously, which was implemented in 2014, much more focus on localization, which, yeah, by the way, is endemic across Asia-Pacific now. I think the challenges in Singapore, we are seeing caution from clients in the banking sector. Obviously, it's been well documented. But actually, that's also presenting opportunity. And one of the key areas that we've seen really develop is this whole contracting market. And we're finding that a lot of our clients, they can't necessarily commit to a permanent hire. There might be some sort of project work, i.e. if they're offshoring certain functions to other parts of the region.
And so these could be 6-month contracts, 1-year contracts?
12-month contracts, and that really then opens up a field to people like working parents, for example. We're seeing people have much more of an appetite to want to do contracting, and the whole work-life balance is changing. People's perspective on how they work now is changing as well. I think the other big thing in Singapore as well is technology, and this is actually across the whole of Asia-Pacific. And one of the key areas that is very, very common at the moment, where we're definitely going to see wage inflation, is going to be digitization, but also cyber security.
Okay, so that's another big one. Okay, we'll have to save that for another conversation.
Okay, no problem.
Toby, great getting your perspective here and what your survey has found. Toby Fowlston from Robert Walters Southeast Asia. Thanks so much.